Welcome back, everybody. So, as you might have guessed in my last video, I talked about a content creator I was going to talk about my experiences with. And that, of course, is Happy Rydomeyer. Yeah, no, nice try. We're not doing Cyric just yet. We're talking about Rydomeyer. Easily one of the most controversial figures in Last Thing on Earth YouTube Discord, the realm of which I operated for so long. So, before we get into all of that, let me give you a little bit of background about this series and about myself. My name is Edie. I used to be the official Last Day on Earth partnership coordinator for the ldoe Discord for a number of years. As a result, I've had so many interactions and seen so much behind the scenes stuff with your favorite Last Day on Earth content creators behind the scenes. I know who's faking it for the cameras, and I know who's really genuine. Now, I can just talk about all of that. I always found this fascinating as a viewer to see what content creators are actually like behind the scenes. Connor Pugs did this idea first, so obviously full credits to him. This is my take on it. And with that all said, follow my Twitter, TikTok especially, Discord, you know the drill. Let's get into this video. So I suppose the best way to go at this video is to give you my impression of Rydo. Not my impression initially, but my impression as of right now. And what I have to say to that is I think he is a genuinely nice content creator. However, there have been a number of mistakes that, well, we'll get to that in a second. All of this stuff is not attacking him in any way. I'm just reporting on exactly what happened. Cold, hard perspective from what I got as a staff member and eventually as a partnership coordinator. So I suppose let's get started there. Rydo was originally one of the original content creators for Last Day on Earth. And what that meant was he had the content creator's role. There was no such thing as partner, it was just content creators. He had that, and as a result, he was given Alpha Build, which gave you the ability to upload earlier. I didn't really know him that well back then. I was just a global advisor, which is like the lowest rank of staff. Slightly above training, but I didn't really know too much about him. I know that some people took very strong issue with Rydo, and we'll get to them in a second because there's a very specific reason why I'm mentioning them. From my perspective, I didn't see any issue. But a couple of months later, I don't remember exactly what went down, Rydo ended up being banned. I can't remember if it was for whatever reason, but he was banned. What I do remember was the fallout from that decision. Rydo made a video questioning the ban, which I think anyone would talk about if they had a YouTube platform. They would question the ban. What some people, and let's note they were not endorsed by him, took to do was to sort of white knight it. They went to the Discord channel and started flooding it with hate messages, with attacks, and stuff like that. Which, let's be honest, you kind of have to expect with the internet. I don't think this helped his case at all, and only continued to push on the idea that there was an issue. I believe this whole issue got sorted out eventually, a couple of months down the line. Eventually, everyone kind of acknowledged it, and Rydo was unbanned and given all his roles back. I even remember somebody throwing a temper tantrum about him returning, but for the most part, it was calm, I will say that. Let's flash forward a couple of months to when I officially became a partnership coordinator. I honestly have to question everybody complaining and whining and throwing temper tantrums. I know there was a tiny little bit of issue, and I was probably a little biased as a staff member at that time, but from every interaction I've had with him, I had no issues. Thinking back on the topic for this video, I haven't had issue having to go to Rydo and being like, hey man, you shouldn't have leaked that for something in alpha or something like that. He's never had that issue, which is very surprising because a lot of giant content creators have had issues with leaks, but I've never had that with Rydo. In fact, when I go back and I think about it, Rydo has had the exact opposite. He's come to me and asked me, hey, this guy has uploaded this video, is that okay? Which is really impressive, and I definitely got to give him a lot of respect for that. Because content creators of that size, usually they just do whatever, act now, apologize later, whereas Rydo did the exact opposite, which I really must commend him on doing because that really takes a lot from a content creator like him. Okay, more specific interactions that I have with Rido. This time more as a content creator. You all remember the 20 note event. The very difficult to get 20 note event. Essentially, for Season 1, you had to collect 20 notes, and if you got those, you would unlock a secret event, which would give you some secret loot. This was extremely difficult to do, as it ended up costing a lot of people, myself especially, over 100 guns. Now, I really pushed it for the content, because you gotta do what you gotta do for ldoe YouTube. But when I ended up getting it, I remember I was at some field, sitting in my car, just reading Discord or something like that. And I got a message from Rido, and he asked if he could take 2 screenshots from my video, credit me, and share with his followers exactly what the 20 note event entailed. Again, this made my respect for Rido go up an absolute lot, because first of all, like I said, you never expect a content creator like that to just do something like that. You just expect them to steal, not even provide credit, because why would they? But Rido was cool enough to actually do that, so I will commend him there. I want to say a similar thing happened with Season 3 and something else down the line with, like, getting that endgame level content with the ATV and stuff, but I can't specifically remember in any situation, but I remember thinking something like that, so I'm going to mention it in this video. The last scenario I have comes probably several weeks ago even. It is super recent, right after I left as a partnership coordinator. Rido reached out and asked, hey, are you no longer a partnership coordinator? Which he was one of, I think, people to do that. I'm censoring that number right now because I know that there are some people trying to dig through this video and look for any possible reason to smite. Granted, there hasn't been much since, but these have been my experiences with the most controversial Last Day on Earth YouTuber. From banned to respected to genuinely respected. I think hands down he's a really nice dude. And you gotta question all the people throwing temper tantrums at his return. Anywho, I think that's gonna do it for this video. Subscribe. Obviously, I've got a lot more of these coming because I've had so many interactions with ldoe content creators. There are a lot of people behind the scenes who are very different. Subscribe. You won't want to miss it. ZD out.